All right, we're ready to begin with the Mississippi State. We'll have Coach Howland along with Tolu Smith and Shaquille Moore. And we'll ask Coach for some general thoughts on the game. Then we'll take your questions just for the student athletes, and then we'll excuse them and then finish up with Coach. So, Coach Howland?
Yeah, I thought that the second half, our defense was incredible to hold a team to 12% from the field with two of those baskets coming off of our turnovers that led to, two easy baskets. I mean, and obviously I don't know, because they're a good shooting team. You saw they shot in the first half. I mean, they came out and shot like gangbusters from three, and we did a better job pressuring the ball. I thought our defense really picked up in the second half. I was really excited about performances of our guys. We got out 4-0. We really struggled offensively. At one point, we were 4 for 16 in the first half. Did a much better job in the second half. The free throw shooting was really big for us in the first half, keeping us to where we actually had the lead because of our foul shooting, getting the ball into Tolu. And I thought Tolu had a great game today. He had a double-double, 20 and 12. Did a lot of nice things. His teammates did a great job feeding him. Garcia gets 14 rebounds in 24 minutes, and his first start was incredible. When I looked at Shaq Moore's stats tonight, I went right to the plus-minus. When he's in the game tonight, we're up 31. So he has 5 assists, 1 turnover, great defense, shot the ball. But when you're in there and your team's up 31, that's big. And I thought Iverson obviously did a good job for us and manufactured points and handled a lot of the press and pressure that they were throwing at us all night long. Fountain gave us good minutes off the bench. Fountain gets 6 points in his 12 minutes, and I need to continue to play him because he gives us an offensive threat off the bench at that power forward position. Questions?
All right, if you raise your hand, we'll get a floor microphone to you just for the student athletes at this time. Go ahead, on the left front row.
This team this year, the rebounding dictated which way it went. How much of a point of emphasis was that, especially there in the second half?
It was a big point of emphasis. I think Coach Howland, I think Coach Howland did a great job of emphasizing that. Like you said, it was a point of emphasis in both games, and for us to come out and do what we do, I think Anderson did a great job. Like you said, he had 14 rebounds. That's great for a wingman. So just getting all those rebounds helps us, and I think it helps us continue with this tournament.
Raise your hand. Other questions for either of the student athletes? Raise your hand. All right, go ahead.
Shaq, we've talked about it before with you this season, just maybe some of the struggles from shooting, but as Coach Howland mentioned there, the plus 31, how much is that kind of something that you keep reminding yourselves of making plays outside of just scoring and then obviously contributing the 10 points as well tonight?
Like you said, it's not all about scoring. It's other ways to affect the game, getting rebounds, finding the open man, getting our teammates better. So that's real important, but I still continue to keep that confidence shooting the ball.
All right, other questions for either student athlete? Raise your hand. Any others? All right, you want to go ahead and take another one?
For either of you guys, they get that missed dunk there in the second half, and you guys go on a huge run after that. I mean, how much do you kind of think that dictated momentum? It went from, potentially being a 1-point game to being a 5-point game, and you guys didn't really let up after that.
Yes, sir. Just battling to the end, all 40 minutes, and that's what we did. We came out second half, held them to, 12% shooting from the field. And, after that dunk, momentum completely went our way. We took advantage of it, and it was up from there.
Same one for Tolu?
Yeah. Oh, you want me? Okay. Well, yeah, the branch off what he said, it's just the momentum shift after that dunk just really helped us. And ever since, we was just playing how we needed to play, so it was great.
All right, hands up. Got time for one more maybe? Anybody? All right, thank you, fellas. We'll excuse you. You can return to the locker room.
Good job, you two.
All right, we'll continue on with questions for Coach Howland. Raise your hand, and we'll get a floor microphone to you. Let's start on the right in the back.
Hey, Coach, you guys had 38 layups, like a layup drill for you there in the second half. Was that just like a dream type of offensive performance from your vantage point?
We got a lot of them in transition because we got so many stops. So it took them out of their pressing, mode. And we got out. We really pushed the ball. We had. I bet you that, we had. I don't believe there were that many layups. How many did you say there were? 38 points?
38 points, yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So 19 layups for the game or the second half?
19 of 34 in the game on layups.
Yeah, well, I would say this, that we're trying to get it inside to Tolu. He had a bunch of those, and some of them were definitely guarded. But I think we got a couple of really big, transition baskets that were easy layups. And I thought we got a lot on offensive rebounding. I mean, Garcia gets 6 offensive rebounds tonight and had a number of those who were putbacks or got fouled on them. So really proud of our team, though, how the fight that we showed and the toughness we showed. 2-point lead, came out and really had a big second half. Love to start out a game like that one time.
Raise your hand. Questions for Coach? All right, on the left side in the front.
Coach, what did you decide to make that move to start Anderson today? And, what did you think of his performance, especially right away came out on that first possession with the block and then had a, bucket a couple possessions later?
Yeah, I decided that after our last game. I thought we needed, I'm wearing a suit. I'm starting Anderson. We're changing it up. And so I'm glad that we get to play another day against a great team, arguably, the team that was the hottest at the end in our league in Tennessee.
Raise your hand. Other questions for Coach Howland? Let's go to the middle aisle.
What was your sense on how the game changed for both teams after that missed dunk?
I don't know that it was just that one play. That happened. I was very happy that he missed. But we missed one, too, later in the game. But I don't know that one play was the key, play. But it certainly suggested there was a lid on the rim for him.
Next question on the far right. There you go.
Coach, apologies for not knowing this, but when was the last time you did wear a suit?
Pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. So
Yeah.
you just switched it up because things weren't going your way?
No, I just thought it'd be good to be really good looking here. I got to work at it. So I figured, hey, I got my family here. My daughter came out, my sister and her husband, my brother-in-law and his wife, my cousin. So, I'm going to look good.
You bringing out suits for the whole week?
You know what? I can wear this one every day if I have to, but I have another suit. It'll be a different one tomorrow.
All right, let's go back to the left front row.
Ben, what did you think of Shaquille's performance and kind of how he, I think there was that assist late in the game to Tolu on the end, one where you kind of looked like you pointed at him right away and while everyone was celebrating the bucket. What did you think of his performance and contributions in ways different than scoring?
He was phenomenal tonight, and you just look at the numbers. He played really good defense, which doesn't show up all the time on a stat sheet. But he was very good defensively. The second half, he had 0 defensive rebounds in the first half. He had 4 in the second half. We talked about that at halftime. We needed him and Iverson to get more boards, and he really took it to heart. But I thought he was good all the way around. I think he was really good in transition, pushing the ball. Not only that play, he had another really good pass, but he was really good and really excited for him. That really, loosened him up. And that dunk at the end was fun for him, as you saw.
Other questions? Raise your hand for Coach. Any others? All right, take another one.
A couple questions on Iverson. It looked like he maybe banged up his knee a little bit at the end. How's he doing? And in that altercation he had kind of earlier with the double text, he really gets kind of emotional to that extent. And what did you kind of tell him after that and kind of cool him off a bit?
I told him, if the guy pushes you, the rule is be a good Christian, don't push back, right? Have review the film. We'll say whatever we're going to say, and then we're shooting. And, so it's tough. So that's what I told him. He iced his knee, but he bumped knees with someone. I think he'll be okay.
Got time for one or two more? Anybody? You have one over here on the right? Go ahead.
Coach, you mentioned Tennessee there towards the end, one of the hotter teams, I guess. Tight game, at least in the first half, and pretty much throughout the last time you guys played. Just generic scouting report from Tennessee right now.
We were up 1 with 5 minutes to go and gave up a 3 to Jones on the inbound. But they're really good. I'm so impressed with them, how they move the ball. They're top 10 in defensive efficiency in the country. They have depth. the way the bigs have stepped up and taken over for the kid they lost was really a good player. How do you say his name again? Kamwa. A very good player. They've really stepped it up. And, I love Vescovy. I voted for him first team. I can't believe the media got that wrong. I was stunned. I mean, he's their most important player. Those two other guards are great. I mean, I love Chandler. I love Ziegler. But Vescovy, I mean, you ask all the coaches voted for him. I bet he was unanimous first team. He's really good. And then James, the lefty, phenomenal. I mean, he's having a great year. I voted for him for All League, second team. I had 3 players on their team on All League. That's what I think of Tennessee.
We have time for one more. Anyone? All right, last question on the front.
Obviously, with Anderson coming into the starting lineup, you had some struggles today from DJ Jeffries. What's kind of the message to him to kind of try to keep him going as you go down the stretch of this
I didn't think he
tournament?
struggled. I mean, he's been doing what he does. He came in, gave us good defense, made a nice pass in transition to Tolu, and Tolu, I think, missed the shot, but it was a really nice pass. And, I totally trust DJ. I just think that, Anderson has played so well that he deserves the nod.
Thank you.
Okay, appreciate it.